welcome to the Evolution Forge. This week we are evolving our magical items from last week. We have Womentical,
I
we have me, Blue, hi. We have Cloud,
Hello, everyone.
and we have Rose.
Greetings.
We'll be starting with Mushy. Are you ready?
as ready as I'll ever be. Thank you.
So that's a no.
I'm glad somebody is.
Okay,
Oh,
so this week I've decided on, well, I got this lovely little thing to do, which is a book, and it was already like kind of really developed because there was a small middle and end stage. So the thing is, I wanted to stay on theme this week, and what I mean by on theme is like, I got a book, I need to draw a book. So the theme that I thought about while I was doing this was just debt in some case. And it was a case of like the main idea that I had going in was the idea of um in the end everyone gets what's coming to them. Um the idea changed later on, so this is not like the final idea, but that's what started with. And the whole idea of greed and how the more you take, the less you have. So that's what all the symbolisms were for the hands and stuff. Um, and going into this, I wanted to try a different art style as well, and I tried to mimic the more faceted style of Dredge that will later be popping up. Because it was something totally different. It was a shading style that I liked, but I haven't had any experience doing it. And here I was just trying to do more angular shapes and hands. Lots of hands. And I felt like by adding nails, I've considerably improved my hand drawing skills. You could say I got a hand on it, but yeah, that's the end of that sentence. Um, yeah,
great follow through.
currently I'm
Woo!
just, yeah, good, great follow through, yeah. I spent a really long time drawing the hands, if you can tell. Um, yeah.
That's a lot of hands.
Mhm.
I admire the dedication.
Thank you. Um, so later on, the theme became instead of like this, because like there was a lot of ideas that I had going for it. Um, but then I realized that one of my previous evolutions was all about greed. So then it became a case of this thing just keeps track of everything. So now this is like a divine book that keeps everyone's secrets um, in essentially a written document of an eldritch sort of book. So it's a case of if you want to learn someone's secrets and you happen to possess this book, you can open it to the person's page or just like find out what their secret is. But while you're reading what the secret is, that person gets the sense that someone's watching them. So you're
Forbidden
basically,
slam book.
Mhm. um, so it's a case of like you're watching what they did through their eyes. Um, but it's a case of the book can only be opened for a certain amount of time before it shuts back closed again. You know, like the whole Cave of Wonders in Aladdin, um, where you're only permitted to learn about that one secret, but if you try to search anything else, the book essentially closes and then you forget about the entire secret that you've learned in the first place. So it's a case of if you want to learn something, you can only learn about that one thing. And if you learn anything more, then the book shuts and you completely forget about it. Um, I'm debating on whether the person that you are spying on would remember you doing it, but it's essentially functioning on that one basis. And it's just like it also functions the same way as like Santa's naughty list. But it just keeps track of everything. It's not like whether you're good or bad. It's just a case of this is everything that they've done. Completely unobjective. Or like what is it? Like completely devoid of what's the word I'm looking for? Like morality? It's like it's very factual.
So it doesn't have a
So
side.
yeah,
Is that what you mean?
it's it's not biased. It just
Mm.
says what you did without any nuance. So it's a case of like if you murdered a child, for example, it would just state this person has murdered a child, not if it's a good or bad thing.
Just an example.
It,
Not pointing any fingers here.
That was a very
oh yeah, it's 100%.
specific example.
Well, I just had to pull one up. Like what could I bring up? Like, oh, this person went to the self checkout line and only scanned half their items. This book
That
would know about it.
that would have
That
worked.
could work.
That would have worked.
That would have worked. That's a huge
Okay.
leap from like
Murdering a child.
yeah.
Anyways, I had a lot of fun with the lasso tool.
Uh-huh.
It took.
You did, didn't you?
It was also, yeah. It was fast, but not at the same time. I
I
don't know
really
how to
need to
describe
figure
it, but it
out
was really fun.
how I really need to figure out how to get crisper like line edges with the lasso tool. Somehow I can't do that
Oh,
on
you
my
just change
software.
the thing to be polyagonal, so it just makes long, sharp, or long lines, and then you just place the dots. So it's not
Got
like
you. Excuse me.
so like for those shapes, I would place like 5 dots for trying. Oh, and here I was trying to do chromatic aberration because I was inspired by the style of Dredge and stuff. So, and they have a lot of chromatic aberration for the um more like when the character becomes insane or when the player becomes insane, chromatic aberration just like fills the screen.
I
So there was a
remember
case like,
that.
yeah. So I wanted to add chromatic aberration, and you can just see me having an absolute seizure fest, just trying to find how to do the effect. But yeah, once I did it, I just went back to shading again.
And I think you did a very good job at capturing like that dredge art style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not as good as Dredge because if you look at the actual things or like the characters in Dredge, their resolution, quote unquote resolution, is way higher. So I have a way more simple version of the art style.
It still does look like very nice with how sharp the edges are.
The difficult thing was though, I had like the tiniest amount of shading to play with because it was already gray. Like I wasn't going to go all the way up to white. So I only had like half of the value to play with. And even then, it was a case of like the halftone of that. So I only had like a quarter to play with the shadow. So it was like very finicky to get the right shade of gray
The
to do the
struggles of
shading with.
working in monochrome.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Just
But
artist
it was really
things.
fun. Just artist things, yeah.
Make it any less frustrating at the time
But
though.
Mm.
Pure rage inducing, and then it's done. You're like, that wasn't so bad.
I would not do that again.
But rage the entire time
Yeah.
doing it. It wasn't so bad.
Oh, I'll definitely do this again, but I'll definitely try it with something else.
My eyes.
Or like I'll do something else. Shh, okay. It's not that bad.
Says it's not that bad. Has a seizure on screen.
Hmm.
It looks good though.
But yeah, thank you. So the version that I sent Blue,
Mm.
before I changed it again, was one without necessarily any page lines, which is fixed in the final version. But also I left the sketch layer in. So
Oh,
the
fun.
one that I initially sent Blue was just like very um transparent lines. It wasn't necessarily immediately obvious, but once you looked at it, you could tell there was like a few sketch lines. So I removed the sketch lines and it's done now. Yay.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Woo!
It looks good though.
Thank you.
It's
I
great.
tried my best.
Mhm,
Uh, uh,
What?
As she just has a complete
uh,
little meltdown.
A little minty bee.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever said that, I'm proud of you. That's a good one. Mm.
It's a good item.
It is. Tis. I guess it's my turn now.
Oh yeah, you don't have Roro to fall back on.
You fall back on. So I kept the item in its essence, but I decided that I was gonna do it based on dragons.
Yay! More
So
dragons.
so you can
We
see
love dragons.
the different types that I kind of already had my eye on, and I kept like the base
I.
of it very simple. There was initially going to be multiple wing variants. Hence the wonderful stamps that I was using just to my pen stopped working. You'll see a lot of scribbling randomly. It decided to hate me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I fixed it. Oh, no, I didn't fix it. I did. Okay. So I was gonna do different wing variants depending on the dragon.
That's a lot. Oh my god.
Well,
Again,
yes.
dedication.
I didn't end up doing all the wing variants. Spoiler alert. I did just do one. I did start to do them and then realized that I really didn't want to. Um, but as you can see, I kept the shape in the sense of the same way that the bird was, very much the same, because I feel like it would be because of the item that it is. But
Mm-hmm.
instead of the item you had on the
What do you
bottom,
mean?
it's
People make whistles that
eyes.
are squigglies.
Eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Dragon eyes?
Has to
Actual
be.
real dragon eyes?
Yep, you have to use the dragon's eye in
Oh
order to be
no!
able to use it. Um,
Doesn't it like rot? Is it like a glass eye?
Brutality.
no,
Well, it's a
it
I've
doesn't
seen
A
rot.
I've
dragon with a
got all
seen
glass
that
eye.
magic in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've
dude,
seen
imagine a
preserved
dragon with a
eyes.
glass eye. It just like has one lazy eye that it has to like hit to look for it again.
So, so the way I decided that this one was gonna work was you obviously had to have the dragon's eye, but the item itself is made from metal and dragon scales.
Oh,
So
fascinating.
there would not be very many of them, as they are not typically for you. They're not used to kill the creature. They're used to essentially capture and breed them. But in order to get one, someone somewhere had to murder a dragon. So they're very rare, depending on the
Or
type,
bards.
or a dragon just died and items. But the likelihood is that a dragon was kind of killed for it. So I was gonna do variants on the wings, as I said, and I did start kind of sketching it out using the stamps that I had, and then I hated it and changed my mind. But I did initially start it.
Look what we could have had.
Could have had them, but I changed my mind because I didn't want to draw that many wings. And honestly,
Why is there no insect wings?
Because there's not an insect.
But
They're
you could
dragons.
have had like
But
butterfly wings on. Why add bird wings on a dragon, but then not butterfly wings?
what one of those are bird wings?
I thought one
The
of them
feathered
had feathers.
ones.
They do have feathers, but if you read the names of the dragons, one of them is called a feather tail, so it has feathers. Hence, the wings have feathers.
Okay,
You will
Wait,
so I
also
not
see it.
insect dragon. Okay, I'll save it for a future episode.
You know
then.
what? You can draw an insect dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of these days we'll have to make you do that. The insect-based dragon.
Yeah. Or those
Ac-
pest dwarves that I talked about. The ones that build like tiny mountain fortresses and
We
infest
could all
elf
do
homes.
like different types of dragons one week.
Hmm.
Just a week dedicated to dragons. Oh,
Because dragons are the
Ooh.
best, of course.
of course.
Mm-hmm.
I did also add all
Anybody
of the
who disagrees is
scales
wrong.
too, so you can see the
Ooh.
different scale types.
What scale is this? Is it a 1 to 50? Is it a 1 to 10?
Me and you are gonna
Wow.
fall
How
out
accurate
today.
is
Like
scale?
we're actually gonna have a falling out. Our friendship is on thin fucking ice.
Where she's gonna get banished from the
She's
channel.
thin ice.
Hmm.
My goodness.
Guys, if I don't show up for next week,
I kicked her.
I didn't
kicked
do
her, and
it.
she's not allowed to be part of this anymore. I had enough. So I wanted it to be a very shiny metal. If you can't tell by the shininess of said metals.
Quite shiny, yes.
I hate drawing metal.
I have to resist.
But that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, she does know restraint. Just for you, Blue.
I'd say I'm honored,
Yeah,
but
because
I don't know if I feel honored for that one, honestly.
Ooh. The main body as well.
That's all metal too. But I figured if it's going against if it's something to do with a dragon, it has to be merged with scales. I feel like it would need to be a relatively tough material to be able to forge with it. And then
ooh,
each
it
little
looks
tail
3D.
bit.
Well done. Wow.
And each little tail bit
Very shiny.
has an accent of each scale on it too.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case, so you don't mix up your tails.
Yeah. Obviously, they're not all very different, but just on the off chance, you know.
I would need it. I would need the color coding.
Mm-hmm.
How very thoughtful, yes.
And these are the little eyeballs.
Little battery packs.
Yes, little eye packs.
How long do you think one eyeball would last
Jeez.
for?
I think it depends on the dragon, because I feel like each dragon, it would drain a little bit faster depending on, like, I'd imagine like the featherlight dragon. The dragons, if anyone doesn't know, are based off of a book, by the way, that have these specific 5 dragon types in it. If you get that, you get a gold star from me. So like the featherlight dragon is technically one of the youngest dragons, so it is technically a baby. Obviously in this version it isn't, but it would be the smallest. So it would kind of go off the type of dragon you are trying to capture as to how many attempts you got before the eyeball just depleted.
Okay.
And this was
I thought the eyeball. Hmm? I thought the eyeball duration would be how long you kept it in the fridge.
Like
Anyways.
Like a glow stick, you put it in the fridge and then crack it again.
So I initially
Yeah, you just have to
decided
squeeze the eyeball.
I initially decided on the wings being the same color as there were going to be different colors based on all the wings, but then this was kind of where I decided I was just going to do one wing cuz 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 yes. Cuz I ran out of effort to draw
Yes.
4 more wings with liquid tanks inside of them. And I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. It's like there's too many. So I rearrange everything. But I did decide that you would get to see the different colored liquids that would go inside of it, which are made from the scales also.
Ooh, okay.
We have compromise.
Uh-huh. So in order to use it, you would have to have I was fixing some erasing errors issues. So you would have to have the right type
Ooh.
of liquid based on what dragon you are going for. So again, the liquid is made from the scales, so it's liquefied scales. It's quite a tedious process, really, but I guess it would be worth it. I suppose for some people.
Wonderful.
But there you go. There's it done.
There we go. Amazing. I love it. I love it
Yeah.
as a variant. Yay! So does that mean you can't really mix and match the liquids inside the files?
No, so the from what has been heard, if you mix the liquid with the incorrect type, uh, essentially the dragon
You'll
will just
explode.
the dragon will come and attack you instead, but it'll be the dragon
Oh.
whose scale like the liquid is from. So you really don't want to mess that up. But it essentially
Oh
just sends
Oh, I
out an
thought it was
attack
just like
for all
different blood
dragons.
types.
Well, no, it's different scales. So
Oh,
obviously it has to
okay.
be compatible with the other items in order for
Yeah,
you to
like
use
blood
it.
types.
Sure. Sure.
What is your blood type?
Universal dragon
Green.
scale.
Cloud. It's your
Yes.
turn.
Hi.
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be a bit of a theme this week because I have also drawn something dragon-ish.
Oh. We're all very on theme this week in sense of keeping things very similar to what they were.
Yeah.
Normally
I also
we
wanted to keep
Oh yeah,
expand.
for sure.
Well, normally we expand upon
Because
it
I
quite
did
a
not
bit.
draw a dragon.
Well, no. Really? I wouldn't have guessed. But no. But normally we kind of change it up a little bit.
Normally, yeah, but
Oh well,
it
we
was
did, but
it was
it's
too
not.
good to
It's just a case
change.
of.
It's not a bad thing. Just normally we change it up. I just like
Mhm.
how this week we've all kept it, at least thus far, we've all kept it very close to the original almost.
Yes.
Like, the foundation is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I love the
I
little
feel
teapot.
I feel like we've done that for most of the Evos. Anyway.
Like that one time
Kind
where I
of.
drew dragon tequila from a peach tree.
Well, normally there's always it's always changed. Like the fundamental of it has usually changed there or thereabouts though from what we've done. Usually, not always. I feel like this is kept very, very much on point to what it was prior.
Hope you guys don't get bored. Everybody
Whatever.
in the
Actually, the
comments.
This reminds
dragon.
me. Oh, do you know what this reminds me of?
What?
That
No.
What?
one cool vase, from Kung Fu Panda.
Oh,
With the Whispering Warriors, yeah. And then
legendary urn of
Poe just knocks
whispering
it over and
warrior.
it breaks. Yeah, the legendary urn of Whispering Warriors. Yeah, there we go.
You'll get there in the end, I believe
Uh,
in you.
Oh,
oh well. So, just like Blue, I decided to keep the foundation. I suppose you could say. It's still a teapot. I almost forgot, and I almost drew a jug instead because I'm an idiot. It was shown briefly, but the original design was too on the nose, I thought. It was going to be the vessel was going to be literally shaped like a heart, but I scrapped that in place of this vaguely heart-shaped vessel that's entwined with the form of a dragon. The set does not come with 5 cups this time. It only comes with one of each, uh, a cup, a teacup,
saucer.
a saucer, and a spoon, a little spoon. This item is technically also kind of an NPC. Maybe, I guess it could work as an NPC. It's called Chamomile, but Chamomile was known by a very different name. Once a legend, lost to time. Before he was trapped in the form you see before you today, a pot, he was, obviously a dragon. And like many such great dragons of name, he did have a hoard. A mountain of wealth coveted by man. His most precious treasure, and he would guard it day and night, year after year. And that was all he would do for such a long period of time where, uh, history would pass, empires would rise and fall, and all he would do is just stay there in his hoard. And eventually, after all of that time, something began to change. And the dragon's contentment began to curdle. No amount of gold or gems could sate a growing yearning in his heart, you could say. Be that boredom or curiosity, he left his mountain and his hoard, looking for answers, maybe some sort of fulfillment, some other in his life. And he did not expect to find that in a mortal. So we have a little bit of lore going on. He met a witch who had abandoned her coven and had begun living a solitary life in the woods as an herbalist, a kind of a doctor. She used her magic to help people who would find her cottage, and unexpectedly, they would form a friendship. That friendship, of course, started with a friendly invitation to some tea. That friendship would grow over the years, and his life, the dragon's life, would find quite a bit more meaning through her teaching, things like that. But obviously, good things do not last forever. And the coven that she abandoned did find her, because leaving did mean that you had to forfeit your magic. Obviously, she didn't do that. And as punishment, her coven found her, hunted her down, and decided to take that away by force. In an attempt to protect her, the dragon was cursed. In a sweeping attack that rips the cottage apart, the spell also binds the dragon in a new form. His bones, his flesh, and his blood rearranged into this prison, I guess you could say. So he wakes up in a pile of debris afterwards, all that's left of his new home, to find that the coven and his friend is gone. And that is when the player will find him. Thus begins a new adventure that will shape his fate and the player's fate, because ultimately it's one of those things where the decision of the player will decide how he views humanity, how he views life. And in the end, it's a decision on whether or not he destroys you as his new wielder. Because as a teapot, he he can't really do. Unfortunately, he's not. Even though he's a powerful dragon, he cannot conjure up whatever liquid you want. But he can offer you his blood. You can partake, and it will enhance your abilities. And the pieces that are imbued with his blood, the tea set that you see, will transform into other items that you can use in combat. So you'll see later that the saucer turns into a shield, the teacup turns into a hat or a helm, and the spoon turns into a staff. There we go. Lore.
I love it so much.
I'm
I'm
glad.
actually speechless.
Yeah.
Wow.
I noticed, like nobody was
We were just
saying
letting you
Mhm.
talk. You were telling your story. We were
Mhm.
That's a
listening.
good story. We had to listen.
It felt rude to
Mhm.
interrupt.
No,
Mhm.
by all means interrupt. If
No,
the
it felt
silence goes
rude.
on for too long, I'm gonna feel like I'm doing something
No, we were listening. We were
If
listening
you
to
were
the
doing something
lore.
wrong, we would have booed.
wrong.
Well, I would,
No, we
but
wouldn't have.
anyways.
Oh my goodness.
Um, yeah. Are you
So he
using
does talk.
watercolor for the shading? Or like a
Yeah,
wet brush?
some of them was I think I used one watercolor brush.
Yeah, I
Everything else is
noticed. It
just
looks amazing.
regular. Everything else is just regular pen.
Mm.
Because I did not. I was so freaked out about the time. I was like, no, you can't really experiment too much this time. Just lock in, and get it done. Okay, there we go.
Same
Was
with
it?
me.
So he does talk.
But yeah.
He does offer you his quote unquote words of wisdom, but he does also get annoying. Obviously, he's a dragon.
Um,
He does have his pride.
He
mhm.
also was trapped to the
Does he
pot of a
move at
teapot.
all, or is this one of those
Float.
telekinetic teapots?
He
Or
floats.
telepathic teapots?
He floats.
Yeah, but
He
it's a case
floats.
like, does the actual dragon move? Or
No,
does the teapot stay still?
the teapot stays still. He's trapped that
Okay.
way. All he can do basically is open and close his eyes. That's it.
What a poor guy.
Okay.
He just wanted a friend.
He just wanted a friend,
Poor guy.
Can he feel
honestly.
you scratching
Can't
him?
even can't
Because I
even
just
open his
imagine him
mouth
sitting in
for
the
the
same
food.
spot.
Yes, he can
Hmm?
feel like, for example, if you leave him next to you in a campfire, he will be able to feel the warmth.
No.
So he can get pets.
He
Get
can
little
get
head
pets.
pets.
I'm not that
Mm.
cruel. Give the trapped dragon some pets. There you go.
Bless him.
Okay.
The the eye on the spoon does travel. So if he needs to, that eye will appear on the shield or the cup whenever he needs it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Some text just so the space doesn't look so dang empty. Fill it up.
Like Camomile's heart before he went on that adventure.
Poor guy.
Ah, ta-da! There he is.
I
Ta-da!
love him.
It looks
I'm
great.
glad.
What a sweet little boy.
It's absolutely terrific.
Oh, okay. We can't have a
Mm,
recording without one of these, can we?
yeah.
Sighs
No,
loudly.
it's 4 of them this time. One for each person.
Wunderbar.
Gross. It is your turn.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, oh, we got a
you
little
saw nothing.
No!
preview.
I didn't cut
Yeah,
it!
I didn't see anything.
It's
Goddamn!
okay.
Every
It was
time!
only
We'll
it was
censor it
only
in
half a
post.
second.
Sneak peek.
So when
Ooh.
I started off with a very different idea of what I wanted the drawing itself to be, but I figured it looked too much like the original and I wanted it to change a bit more. with the evolution, so I ended up scrapping this idea after a little while. So the idea
Cheese.
was going off of how Mushy's original is basically Cupid's hooks.
Cupid's
And
meat hooks.
Mhm.
if you do not remember from the last episode, they were essentially golden meat hooks that once they dug into your skin, they would pull you towards whoever had the other hook, no matter where, no matter the distance, no matter the location, you get pulled together. So, going along with the idea of Cupid, I wanted to incorporate a part of the myth that not a lot of people know about, is that
Oh,
Oh,
Cupid had two sets of arrows. Sometimes they were described as darts, but he had two sets of arrows, one made of gold and one made of lead. And essentially, the golden arrows did what you would expect them to do for Cupid. They would make you fall in love. Whereas the lead arrows would instead make you fall out of love.
I can't
And
believe they
so
figured out
my
lead poisoning back then.
no! Till death do you part. Cause of death, lead poisoning.
yeah, you just don't feel like being in a relationship after the lead gets you.
Hmm. Also,
That's a
lead
valid
causes
reason.
madness, I think, because it degrades the brain, I think, if I'm remembering correctly.
It does. Yeah, if I remember
Hmm.
correctly as well, it does have effects on the brain. It can make you more violent and short-tempered as a result. So the idea here is it's kind of like the counterpart to Mushy's original golden hooks is a set of lead hooks that instead of pulling people together, it pushes them far apart and makes it so that the two people connected by the lead hooks can like never get too close to one another.
Damn.
Real Romeo and Juliet type of stuff happening.
Yeah, I can imagine it being a curse of like someone's in love and someone else just does not vibe with that, and so it sticks them both with the lead hooks to make them be pushed apart forever.
Hmm.
If I can't have you, then
Damn.
neither can he.
Oh, but imagine they can still feel each other's feelings towards each other through the chain. So it's a case
That's
Oh
like
yeah,
if you
like they
miss
can
someone, your partner can feel their sadness coming through the chain, and vice
just
versa.
an just an eternal loop of feeling the other person's sadness, and that makes you feel sad that they're sad and you can't see them to comfort them. And so you get
Mm.
sad and they can feel that.
Yeah,
longing
but
with
it's a
no
case of like
reprieve.
but then it's a case like when they start seeing other people, then it's a case of they start feeling happy, and you feel them being happy, but it's not towards you anymore.
And then you get mad and then they feel guilty and then they break up and it just becomes another
Drama.
loop of suffering of
Jeez.
suffering and drama.
A
Oh, but a
very
So
good
in
lovely
tool for
addition,
experience.
the fan fiction authors all over.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, when something I've always been had like an interest in is like those like soulmate AUs people will make where you'll have like they have like a mark on their body or like
The
there's all
soul
different kinds of
marks.
ones. Like a soul mark or I think I heard one where um like you can only see in black and white until you meet your soulmate and then you can see in color.
Aw. Aw. Aw.
That's sweet.
Too sweet for you?
Wait, why?
You
No.
sound like you're dying of diabetes.
Yeah, I'm just dying of diabetes, exactly. That's why I can't eat sweet stuff. Where's my straw?
Segue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
No,
always
no,
been
ignore me.
interested in. I've always been interested in those because I'm ace, so I always have to like think about how would I fit into that kind of like system of a soulmate.
You and me both, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
same. We have 3 aces.
Hurrah!
Ace
Hooray, that could
Club.
be a cool band name. 3 aces.
That is a cool band name, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
And
another
then we
one of
just
the
have blue.
reasons. Yeah, and Oliver.
That's not Oliver.
Oh yeah, and Oliver.
That was not Oliver, but sure.
Someone
Like
else
it
was
was my
playing
dog.
Yeah, I was
Shuffle.
gonna say that was
Sorry.
not Ollie.
They're just saying hi.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so why the bird
Yeah.
now?
Well, because I wanted to add a bit more to it, I thought, why not
Mm-hmm.
make Cupid? And
Okay,
so
is
the
it a red
idea,
herring?
it's a
Oh no, it's a pigeon.
morning dove, which is
Okay.
kind of like a pigeon.
Oh.
Still big
It's like
difference.
a
Mm-hmm.
rural pigeon.
They look prettier than
Mm-hmm.
pigeons.
Mm. They're not a pest.
I kind of had a feeling, but I also hoped it was gonna be like the bleeding heart. Have you guys seen that? The bleeding heart dove?
I think so. Seen a
The
couple
only
different
bleeding
kinds of
dove that
those.
I know about is the one from Team Fortress 2, Archimedes.
Hold on. I will send picture.
So yeah,
Oh, dude,
essentially,
that looks so
this is
cool.
this is the Cupid that like creates the hooks. So
Ooh, okay.
if someone ends up with the hooks, they either made a deal with Cupid and got them, or they stole them away when they were not paying attention.
Mhm.
How dare you!
Now, if Cupid offers you the hooks, it comes at a heavy price, but you can manage
My
to barter
soul?
your way into getting them. But if you steal them, then Cupid will just have to hunt you down to get them back.
What are the consequences I
Jeez.
may face? Unless Cupid shows me respect for being able to steal them in the first place.
I think
Me,
it would be,
Master Thief.
it depends on if you have used the hooks yet or not. If you haven't used the hooks, Cupid will take them back and might give you like a mild scolding and some like bad luck with love for a while.
Look at the lighting. Oh my goodness, it's so heavenly.
But if Cupid can get their hooks back, then they'll be able to like, kind of leave it at that. You get like a little slap on the wrist. But if you've
Mm-hmm.
used them, then Cupid will make another pair of hooks and use them on you so that you have to
Oh,
face
dude.
consequences of what you did to someone else. You have to basically go through the same thing.
Mhm.
Okay,
It's
that'll
so
make me
well
think
done.
twice.
I love how this gave Cupid's meat hooks way more personality. Because the last time that I did it, it was more of like a force of nature type of thing. And over here, it feels more of a spiritual concept. Or like an actual deity, which is really cool. Ah,
It's a small detail, but I love that the Cupid's hands are that color. I don't know why.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's so appealing.
Blood on their hands and all of that stuff.
got those pink mourning dove claws.
Mhm. Also, I like how the chain looks thinner. So it's a case of
Yeah,
like it doesn't feel as
Different purpose.
committed. Yeah, it's different
I
purpose.
just I also just didn't feel like drawing the links out individually, so I
Oh
just
yeah, yeah, for sure. Like I don't blame you. but it's a case like I like how this feels not as violent
That's
as
also
the
very
other
valid.
ones.
Yeah, the other ones
Mm.
are kind of, I think happens like they get mutated by being too far away from Cupid. So they get kind of like warped by magic and nature going awry because Cupid isn't there to like keep them in control.
Ooh, that's really cool. So it's just a case of like if they're left on their own, they become essentially savage.
And Cupid is kind of like the wrangler of them and makes them, like,
Oh,
uses
that's
them to
so
make people
cool.
fall in love normally.
Though he is,
Oh,
this
that's
version of Cupid is someone I feel like I could hang out with, and that's cool.
that is really cool. I like how the like the thing was evolved, but with this, it feels like both of those things can exist at the same time. So essentially, like the savage, uncontrolled hooks, which just basically become blind, and
Yeah,
force of nature, brutalish, and then the actual ones that are used by Cupid, which function as their intended purpose, which aren't as vicious.
yeah, that's why he doesn't like you stealing them because that's what they become without him there to guide them.
Oh, we've tied it in, fellas. Oh, it's so
Exactly.
beautiful. It's so satisfying. It's
Uh, ah, and it explains like why you can find multiple of these hooks. Maybe it's because they're stolen by or stolen from Cupid.
And Cupid has to
it's
make new
Oh,
ones so that he can keep doing his job while he's looking for you.
geez, imagine if you can get your hand on a second pair of hooks. Just like if a family doesn't love each other anymore, then it's like,
wait, I just imagine like
we have no need for this.
I just imagine like a pair of these hooks falling from the sky, like that one scene in Death Note. It just
Okay, I haven't seen it.
instead of the Death Note, it's just these pair of hooks falling from the sky, and you find them in the bushes. You're like, oh, that's interesting.
Oops, I
Okay, so
accidentally
are the
cooked
chains
myself.
connected
Hopefully
with
that
your
doesn't.
version?
I'd say they're connected, but they
Because,
can become like disconnected, especially if you get them off of Cupid. Like you can ask for one pair of them. So you have to make the choice between which one you want to barter for.
because the idea with mine, or the idea with the brutal ones is they're a pair of like essentially sickles. They're not attached at all. And it's a case of once both are sunk into their victims, then the radiant chain forms between them and starts pulling.
Yeah, and
So
these
they
ones
start
they
off
can
as two
easily
separate
become
hooks.
detached.
Okay,
Like
that's
if
really
you
cool
get one
because
off of him,
that's so cool. Ah, because the brutalish
like
ones are the whole idea is they cannot be detached once they start pulling.
yeah,
Yeah.
he like takes them off the chain when you get one from him,
Oh.
and then they build the chain back when you poke people with them.
Yeah. Mm,
Wunderbar.
But
indeed.
that is it for this week. Next week, we'll be doing land mounts, and we'll have Roro back.
Yeah,
Hooray! The gang will be
Hooray!
all here. No more void.
But
What do you
yes,
mean? I don't get to stand next to the host? Damn.
No. You're relegated to the corner again.
I'm always in the corner.
Well, you always are, but you know what I mean. Oh my god.
That's
Failed
me in the
delivery.
corner.
Guess I'll banish myself.
yeah, we're corner buddies.
but yes, next week is land mounts.
Look forward to it.
If you wish to participate, we always welcome it.
You must participate.
Demanding now,
That
are
is a
we?
threat. Yes, I'm
Oh
Draw
trying new
my.
funny
things.
horse. You must
It's
draw
called
the
a
funny
call to
horse.
action. If you join our Discord now, you will get um whatever the host decides.
Wow.
That's a
Why
good
did
call
you
to
dump it
action.
on
Wow.
dump
Will
it
get
on
to be a
her?
part of our wonderful community.
Yeah, oh wait, yeah,
Yeah,
that is
what
good.
they said.
Actually.
Anyways,
I would
but
I would draw a really bad picture of a horse, and you would get to see it if you join.
there you go. Thank you, Rose. But we will see you all next week.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.